Hey, hi, hello, I'm back. I don't know if you guys heard anything, but it sounds like all the audio's gone when I was listening to it on my phone. Just hear me now. That doesn't even make sense. Yeah, I'm listening to it on my phone and I'm just not hearing anything. So I don't know what the hell's going on now. Let me try one other thing out, right? Or while I keep messing with this. All right, any changes now? Or are we still good? Oh no, does that mean there's no background music? No Pokemon stuff going on? Ah, oh, darn it. How could that be happening? That doesn't make any diddly darn sense. Alright, we should maybe hear music now. Let me know if you still can't. If not, I can reset some things. Oh, okay, gotcha. I'll pump up the audio a little bit then. Let me know if it's better now. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's start for real. I don't remember who has cut. I think it's Stuart. Nope, Stuart does not have cut. Does Robbie have cut? Okay, Robbie has cut. All right. Let's see where we can start going. I think it's just we have to get through this gym and then we're ready to go. Man, always fun to have to deal with why is this not working? Okay, there we go. Man. Nope, I haven't been in here even a little bit yet. It's just been I just went on the SS Ann and that was pretty much it. I got cut and now I'm in here for the first time. I figured I might as well save doing an actual gym run for when people were actually watching. I saw that there was 0 viewers, or maybe 1 popped in at one point during the end, and I just didn't want to go through without doing a gym, or didn't want to go through a gym without anyone watching. All right, let's go ahead and at least, all right, who do we have? Let's put them up first just to see what kind of gym we're facing. We can kind of go from there. I'm maybe normal, I guess. That doesn't seem too bad, honestly. It could be a lot worse. Oh, what we should be doing. We have anyone that has good fighting? No, we don't have anyone that has good fighting moves, so never mind. It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna put my strongest first and hope for the best. I mean, Willie seems to have some pretty solid stats, so it's not that big of a deal. I think we're fine. And then we'll just get this guy for the experience, and we're good to go. Bone Club gonna hit? No, it's not. Okay. That's what I thought. Who has moves that were gonna work? Supersonic is at least gonna take 10 or 20, I think. Oh no. Stuart have? Okay, Stuart has Scratch and Slash. That will help. Because Slash, I think, always criticals. I want to say, maybe. Or maybe it just is always ready to critical. I don't know. I had a chain of like 7 criticals in a row with Slash, so I was just assuming some things about the move. Okay. And this is the only time that set instead of switch is not good, is when you just don't know. This Wigglytuff has too big of eyes. Oh, please, just wake up. Okay, we're good. Oh no, no, we're not good. Okay. Stuart's gonna die. This Farfetch looks very good. Thought I got. Nope, I didn't get a darn thing. No, I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard any new anything new about the games outside of the last batch of E3 things. What was the what's the rumor? Get out of here. I'm done. God, why is this hitting so many times? Okay, I think that should be enough in terms of damage. Stuart should be good to take this on now. Gosh. Please. Please. Oh no. Yeah, I know. Man, that Space World. Yeah. There wasn't really much we could do. I don't know why I put Navi out. That wasn't gonna work. Maybe a metronome. Just do 2? I think I can maybe handle. Okay. Oh no. Bad. Nah, they're. Who can go out, take care of this? I mean, I'm just glad that I weakened it really bad. Yeah, that Space World demo has some really cool stuff. This isn't. This is also not going to be good. Gosh. This is what happens when you go into a gym with no good Pokemon. Come on. Yeah, I know. I was just buying myself some thinking time by putting that one out. Oh my god, come on. Yeah, there's no way. All right. Also, everyone is like level 6 and 7 because I didn't think to train anybody up. I think this is it. I think this is the run now. I don't think there's anything we can do. I mean, I don't mind if this is it. I got other games we can play. But I don't know. Yeah, because this isn't gonna hit. I mean, unless we can stall until it... Yeah, that's it. Unless it just misses every time somehow. But even then it has they don't have, I don't think oh, what is it? I don't think that trainer or wild Pokemon have PP, so it would just be instant, like just continuously hurting me forever. Yeah. Well, I'm the Bone Club. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, and then it's just hard to, because Dugong has like a ton of, it's just a tank, right? Like it can just take a bunch of hits, so once it rests, you know, it's just always, unless you can do a one-hit KO or something. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, so that would be all of them released. I don't have anybody in the, I mean, a blackout is a blackout. We're done. Yeah, and I don't have any Pokemon. So, all right. Well, we lost at blue. We lasted for a couple of weeks. Rip red. Oh well, that's fine. I have, the whole point is to play every Pokemon game, so what I'll do is... Oh well, I'll save. I've got... I know. Ugh, at least not my red. There's multiverse theory in Pokemon now, so it's just not my not my specific red. A different red will go on to have a beautiful honeymoon with blue and Alola. Here's what I'm gonna do. Hey, if it worked well for Spider-Man, I mean, it could work well with Pokemon too. Is my... There it is. All right, so we were doing blue. I feel like silver is the blue to gold, silver, crystal. Yeah, I think one of, I don't know if it leaked or they just released the soundtrack, but they said that Sunflower from Spider-Verse is going to be in Far From Home. And it even says from Spider-Verse in the like track listing. So I wonder if that's a thing. I mean, I feel like in Marvel, they're a little bit more into, like now especially, they're a lot more into just going off and like really getting weird with their multiverse. Like I think that DC approaches it more scientifically, whereas Marvel approaches it just like, whatever, who cares about it. So I wonder if that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, exactly. Like, I think I think narratively a multiverse helps with superhero stuff, just because it allows you to like not feel bogged down by canon, which like is the blessing and the curse of the modern day superhero comic. So I'm excited to see if this becomes like the thing that they do with anything past this movie, because this is supposed to be like the last of this phase of the MCU. So who knows? I think it'd be really cool. I'm excited to see. Even if I don't like it, I'm just excited to see what'll happen. And like you said, yeah, it does give Mysterio something to do. They just released a clip on like IGN or one of those YouTube channels of a scene of Mysterio talking to Spider-Man. Yeah, exactly. And they don't get into it in the little clip, but I think that there isn't enough like wholesome superhero talking to each other content on the big screen, and that was very good because that's what it was. Was superheroes talking to each other about like, oh, that'd be really cool. Oh, that is really neat. I I feel like Marvel has enough power to, the first Holland one is very good. I'm a big fan of Homecoming. I think that my favorite superhero stories are ones that are like not grounded in terms of like dark and gritty realism, but more of like you feel that there is a world that exists there, and having just brief touches of the MCU in that movie does that movie wonders. Like having Iron Man be a big part of that movie, and like the events that have happened in the MCU up until that point being important to the setup of that movie, but not so much that like you would need to watch every other Marvel movie to understand what was going on, because it provides enough background. Like it's enough of a touch where it's like, yeah, Iron Man kind of sucks in the MCU basically throughout the whole thing, but like in this one small movie tries to redeem himself in some little way on a more, I guess, small scale with Spider-Man. And the whole conflict of Spider-Man is very like condensed to New York, which is very cool. Like how many times are you seeing that in these superhero movies? It's always like, if this thing happens, it's the end of the world, no matter what. And like in this, it's like, no, it's not the end of the world. It's the end of this dude's neighborhood and like the livelihood of like people around him. And that sucks. And like, he's going to be that hero. The more he's grounded in his neighborhood as opposed to like grounded in reality. No, I haven't seen that. I've read on like Twitter people talking about that, which is very funny to me. Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man is all about being grounded and being like the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and that like Homecoming I feel very much nails like adolescence and feeling kind of weirdly out of place, and it nails Spider-Man being neighborhood based and like small scale. Just probably my favorite Spider-Man movie outside of Spider-Verse. Here we are. Yeah, you should definitely give it a watch. It's very good. And it's nice because it's an origin story without the origin. You know, you don't see an Uncle Ben. It's really more of like, how does Spider-Man come into his own? Like that type of origin, as opposed to how does he get his powers? What happened? What's his discovery montage? What's him standing on the building figuring out how to shoot webs and stuff like that? It's none of that stuff. Yeah, and like it's a fresh origin story, which I think is very cool. Like how often do you get that in these movies? You're always seeing Superman start from Krypton exploding. You're always seeing Batman's parents die. You're always seeing all of these origin stories over and over. And especially with Spider-Man, who's already had 2 origin stories, it's really cool to get an origin story that happens to be fresh. Right. Yeah, exactly. It's not a more move thing. That would be really nice if I don't need to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm randomizing silver as we're talking, just so that I can start up a new game here in just a moment, so it's not a complete waste of a stream. I'm pretty sure I did red, blue, yellow, so it would be gold, silver, crystal is how I've always heard it said and talked about. So I'm assuming silver is the blue and that gold will be. I played. Ooh, if that's the case, then I'll just do gold. I'll restart. I'll restart my randomizing. Let's see, where do my ROMs live? I finally got a cool thing that lets me dump the ROMs of Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. So whatever we're ripping the actual ROM that I own of the game I own. Hey, you're here. We'll base it on what you got. I'm down with that. I'm gonna change a little bit of what we did last time. Fair. Let's see. I guess maybe we don't need to do the thing I was doing last time. Yeah, but you're the viewer. Might as well make it entertaining. We're doing the blue for this one. We'll do the gold. The gold is the blue of Gen 2. It makes sense to me. I think. Fair. I will agree with that. It's always talking about Lugia, never talking about Ho-Oh. Theme areas. Or no, we're just catch 'em all mode. Time-based encounters. Should we change the minimum catch rate? I'm gonna randomize held items and ban bad items. Yeah. So we can go anywhere from normal Pokemon 30% at low HP, legendaries 15, all the way up to maximum. Everything has the highest catch rate without changing game code. I figure buffed is pretty good. Yeah, I don't want stationary. I mean, either I'm going between buffed or super. I think maximum, I've played maximum before. It's okay, but I feel like having almost an assured catch on every route isn't nearly as fun. But if we're running into legendaries, it's a little bit nicer to have some, chance at actually catching them. So buffed is normal Pokemon 50% at low HP, and legendaries 25, 80 at low HP, and legendaries 40. I'm gonna do. That is true. You know what? I'm just gonna do. Yeah, considering I just lost Nuzlocke, I think it's probably for the best that I give myself a bit of an advantage until I can prove that I can beat one. So the thing I've been doing in my red run that I've been editing and just recording by myself is I changed the moveset, because I realized with this is that it's really not fun to have it's really not fun to not have 4 moves when you get a starter. and then never get 4 moves until you're in your level 20s or whatever, if you're not getting an actual starter. And this one, for gold and silver, it looks like you can still change movesets, random preferring same type. But as far as I can tell, I'm not seeing anything that lets me make everyone start with 4 moves. So I'm gonna leave the moveset unchanged for right now. So the only reason I had to do that was to make everyone have 4 moves. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna do random. I'm gonna do full HM compatibility. TM-HM compatibility is random but prefer same type, except for TM level up move sanity. So if you would normally learn that move on a level up, you're just gonna learn it. It's not gonna change that. Static Pokemon are completely random, so our Gyarados can be a legendary whatever, hopefully. In-game trades, everything about those is randomized. No move tutors in gold. Randomizing field items, banning bad items like we talked about before. Randomizing the catching tutorial, and I'm 100% gonna keep the lucky egg, because that's fun. And it's nice to have an XP boost every once in a while if you can find one. Other than that, it's Pokemon types are completely... Lucky Egg is a held item that gives you the traded Pokemon boost. So if you have that item, yeah, so it's really good, especially if you can like get an experience share. Like an experience share and a lucky egg is really good to have, so you're always training Pokemon. Or I guess in this one it's not experience all, so I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's nice if you can like do the thing where you put the weak Pokemon up front and then change it out for a different one. Yeah, I love the experience share. It's super helpful. I think I still... No, I just got one in my normal, like, actual cart of crystal. I'm still having to train up to the Elite Four, but I haven't touched it in a couple weeks. All right, so we've got random basic with 2 evolutions for our starters. We've got the move data is going to stay the same. I'm not even going to update them. I'm just going to leave them as they are. Pokemon movesets are unchanged for this one. Trainers Pokemon are type themed, so that way we get type themed gyms. Rivals carrying the starter through the whole game. Trying to use Pokemon of similar strength. We're going to weight types by the number of Pokemon with them for the trainers. For randomizing, and I'm going to let them use legendaries because why not? And randomize trainer names, randomize trainer class names. I'm not going to deal with the forced fully evolved or percentage level modifier. You can like make it so that everyone's like 50% more powerful, which is a crazy thing to do, and I don't want to. But it is cool to do. I don't want to do that for a stream, but it's fun. One other thing is I changed all impossible evolutions so that in-game, so that I don't need to trade for any level up, for any traded evolutions. Wild Pokemon are completely random in a catch-em-all mode, so in theory we should see every single Pokemon in the world. We're going to use time-based encounters. We're going to use legendaries. So I'm doing completely totally random. So every like individual slot that a Pokemon would have in a route is going to be completely randomized in a catch-em-all mode. So it'll just randomize from whatever's left and then restart at 250 whatever, 251 every time it runs out. So in theory, we should see a ton of Pokemon all over the place, and a bunch of, especially once we have these more and more like unique, or I'm sorry, once we have more and more unique Pokemon, it'll just make that a lot more interesting, I find. Especially with like Fire Red and Leaf Green, where you just have like over 300 Pokemon and you're playing in like regular red and blue. Like it's kind of nice to have like random Gen 3 Pokemon in, you know, Route 1. Static Pokemon completely random, and then full HM compatibility. The TM compatibility is random but prefer the same type, which is a 90% chance of learning it if a Pokemon has one of its types, 50% chance if the move is normal and the Pokemon isn't, and then a 25% chance otherwise. So it's a pretty good way to get some TMs and moves that I maybe wouldn't normally. And then in-game trades, completely randomized. Nicknames, OT, original trainer IDs, IVs, randomize the items that were given, the whole 9 yards. Field items, completely random. No bad items, so no stationary, none of that stuff. I think they even include berries as a bad item. Yeah, berries and mail. And then the catching tutorial will be randomized. Yeah, I don't want that. Like, I can find berries if I need berries. I don't really need them. Oh. Accidentally clicked network to save this file to, which this program doesn't like when I do that. It has been helpful in the very, very, very early game, but other than that, you're right, no one has ever needed a berry. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing berries, honestly. It's not great, I find. I mean, I do like having a renewable resource of like elixirs basically in the newest games, like in Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Growing berries after a certain point is just completely and totally trivial. It's just a matter of waiting. And once you get whatever berry it is that will give you that will replenish the PP of a move, it's really, again, it's just trivial to keep getting those. So like, that's nice. I like that one. But other than that, not really what I'm into. I'm going to end the stream and then come back up with gold here in just a second. That way I can change some stuff around. Oh. All right, give me 1 second. I will be right back up. You can stay in the chat. I'm only going to be pulling it down for just a second.